Hello everyone. Today we're going to create a video about Ledger. It's a hardware wallet and it's one of the most secure ways to store your crypto. A lot of people have been requesting a video tutorial about this, so here it is. So first of all, if you go to the website, you see ledger.com, and we go to products, you see like all kinds of ledgers listed. For the day-to-day usage, the Ledger Nano S Plus is actually more than enough. So that's also the one that I'm using. You should always buy it from the official websites, because otherwise, theoretically, somebody could have tampered with your ledger and all that kind of stuff. If we look here and we add it to our cart, we see that it's like it's 65 euros. So it's not that expensive. So I guess it's a great option for starters. After you did buy the ledger, we actually already did get our one. You can see it here. It's a green one we picked for the green one. And like you can see, you plug it in with a cable and it connects and powers up. So after you got your ledger, you go to the website and you see a button download Ledger Live. You see download the app and you select the operating system you're using. I'm using Linux, so it's a bit harder, but for the Windows and Mac users it should be pretty straightforward. Once you install your Ledger Live, you will see following application. Let me move my head a bit to the side. So on this application you see basically a getting started or no device button. Of course we already got the device, so we can select get started. Then they ask you to select your type of ledger. In our case we have the old Nano S version, so we select the first one. For the people that are now buying it, you have the Nano S Plus or the Ledger Nano X. The S Plus is the one from €80, but in our case we still have the older one, but all the rest should be the same. So we select the ledger. So it asks first time using your Nano S, already have a recovery phrase. For this tutorial we are going to pick the first time using your Nano S. If you would have already a phrase and your ledger would be breaking down, you would go for the second option. But since we will do a clean installation, we go for the first option. Set up a new Nano. Then you get some information, you can go through it, that you own your private key, stay offline. It's quite useful to read it, so I would say definitely read it. Okay, so then they are explaining you what you need to do, and all that kind of stuff. I'm quickly going to take a paper. So you need a pen to write with. Stay alone, choose a safe and quiet environment. Why is that? Because you need to install your seed very privately, so nobody knows your words. If somebody would know your seed, then they theoretically could steal all your money. So really be careful with that one. Don't let it laying around on a kitchen table or something like that. Store it safe and keep it safe. Okay, I'm ready. Turn on the Nano. So we already turned on the Nano. We connected it with the cable, like you can see. And then you can browse. Basically, how do you browse? You have these two upside buttons, and on the newer devices, two side buttons. The left button is to go left and the right button is to go right. When you want to confirm something, you press both buttons for like a second and you confirm it. So now we will be browsing to the new device. So now we have press both buttons to validate. So we press both buttons, set up as a new device, and then we have to choose a pin code. So we select again two buttons. You see here the two buttons are on the top. So once you are done with that, they will ask you a pin code. Because it's to protect your money, you should pick a pin code in the perfect scenario from 8 digits. Make it 8 complex digits, so don't pick 8 times 1 or something like that. So we are now going to use the left and the right button to up and down. When we are satisfied with our first number, we again press the two buttons. So we press, we go next number. You can also go back by finding the back symbol and then press the two buttons. So we press again the two buttons, we are again happy, now we look further, again happy. So after 4 digits it gives you a check mark, but it's better to keep going till 8 digits. Let me quickly do that. So, okay. Now we need to confirm the PIN code. So you just type in everything once again. We need to go through all the 8 digits again. It's to make sure that you do know your PIN code. If you have your PIN code 3 times wrong, it will reset the device. So once that is done, you will basically go to the next step, and then your device will generate 24 words. We will go next step in the tutorial also, you can just follow it. I understand that I must choose my PIN code myself and keep it private. Set a PIN code. We did that one already. We go next step. And then secure your PIN code. Get started. Recovery phrase. It's very important to store your phrase safely. If you lose it, you might lose your access to your crypto. You have a sheet in the box with the 24 word space available. Let me grab an example sheet quickly for you. So a sheet looks like this basically. If you see it, you have like 24 words, and that's to easy memorize it and not forget them. Please store that paper in a safe place. Okay. Next step. So now we have to go to the ledger again. We look for we go through all the information, and then we look for the press both buttons to continue message. We press both buttons and it will start giving us words. So we note down the first word and we continue that 24 words. It can take some time to do that. And you just always go to the right with the buttons on top. If you are confused about the word, you can go left to see the word again. Very important to note them properly, we will need to put them then later again. Also they are our backup. We are now at word 7, 8, luckily you don't have to type the words yourself fully, so you just select them. The reason why they are words is because it's easier to remember, and like a typo matters less because they are all words from a dictionary, so you know they should be existing words. And since you don't need to write them yourself, you can also look for a word that is less or more close to what you did write, and continue like that. We are at word 15, now 16, 8 more words to go. So we're almost at the end. We're at word 21. So you see, always going to the right with the buttons on top. Just click and you go to the right. Okay, and the last word. So if we then now look in the tutorial, recovery phrase, confirm your recovery phrase, repeat all words. So we now go to the right on the screen, and you see and you go to the right till you see confirm your recovery phrase. When we are there, we select again the two buttons on the top, a short click and done. Now we need to confirm the word. So if the word is matching with what you noted down, you confirm it. If not, you use the right and left to look for the correct word. When you found it, you just confirm. Every time confirm, double like the two buttons at the same time. Okay, we are at word 7 of confirming. This can look like it's time consuming, but it's really important to keep your crypto safe. So we always just select the two. I'm almost going through the words. So let me see. Okay, so once we have done it all, your screen will say your recovery phrase is set. You can't see it at the moment because my cam quality isn't the best, but you will see it on your own ledger. So now they give some general instructions and then press both buttons to continue. So we select the two buttons on top again, or on the side for the newer devices. Now it's processing. We can go to the next step in the tutorial. You can go through it, what happens and all that kind of stuff, but for now we are just going to skip it. Oh no, we can't skip it. Yes, we can skip it. Then hide your recovery, it's just best practices. Okay, I'm done. Okay, get started. We're not gonna take the quiz. Next step, now the software is going to check our nano. So we select check my nano, and then you will see basically a pop-up message on your ledger that asks allow ledger manager. We press both buttons to select it when you see the check mark, and now you see on your screen it's loading. So nothing happens on your ledger without your permission. So the next step, what we need to do is continue. He's kind of slow. Why is he so slow? There we are. So adding an account is not really needed basically. What is needed, in our case, if we want to connect to the Waves blockchain or any other blockchain, is that you go to my ledger. Once you are in my ledger, it needs some time to load, it's not very fast. Let's wait a second for it to load. Okay, there we are. You see basically your firmware is up to date. If this wouldn't be the case, it's best to update it. You would see an orange bar on the top, but in our case it's updated. And then you will see all kinds of apps. For people that want to use Bitcoin, they select Bitcoin, but in our case we're gonna focus on Waves ecosystem, so we look for Waves. You see Waves, it requires a third-party wallet and installation. The third-party wallet we will connect later with in a bit. But first we go install the application. So we install, you see it's installing and it's taking some capacity. Now it took 34 kilobytes from our ledger device. You will also see simultaneous on your screen that there will be a loading bar. So you can see that it's happening, that it's being installed on your ledger. Okay, we see installed, it's done. So once we are done, we can basically close the app. So once we close the app, we will go to the Waves Exchange and we will go to our web wallet or third-party wallet that they refer to in the store. So when you would create a seed account, you would normally select, let me move my face a bit. When you would normally select like sign up. But since we have a ledger device, we don't need to sign up, so we select login. What's very important on your ledger, go to the Waves app with the arrows left and right, double press to confirm it, and then open the Waves app. Without opening the Waves app, Waves Exchange won't be able to connect to your ledger. So now we select the ledger or browser extensions, and in our case it's ledger, so we select ledger. Now it will be connecting to your ledger and it will ask for permission. So you see there is an account with ID 0, the one has ID 1, and so on. I advise you to always start with ID 0 to not forget what ID you've been using, and it isn't more secure to take some kind of weird ID, so just pick ID 0 and then we can continue. Now it will ask to sign. It pop-ups on our scherm, it says confirm request. We go to the right, it shows all the kind of data, and then when we see the check mark with acceptance sign, we double press it and we continue. And now we see we set up our ledger device with Waves Exchange. We can now use the address to receive and send money. That was the whole setup process. I hope it was useful. Thanks for watching.